Narayanaaya. Om Namo 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 Narayanaaya. Respected friends, welcome you all. Lord is giving us every day as an opportunity for our bettering our sadhana with our efforts, consciously, whatever to the extent we can do, and let us do it. We are studying Shwethashwathara Upanishad, 6 chapters it has, 5th chapter we are into. In this also, we are reminded about the Paramatattva in its Swarupa and in its Tatastha Lakshana. Hiding that Paramatattva will be everything that which is projected on it by the Samashti as well as the Vyashti. And in that projected, we are lost. So, in and through that only, which is presented in front of us, we should be able to visualize that divinity. First, intellectually, then through sadhana, in experience. To give us all these details, clarities, informations, inspirations, is the job taken up by the gurus, the rishis, and that's what they do through all these shastras. So may we tune to them properly, understand them thoroughly, and follow them scrupulously, and reach out to the destination certainly, surely, and quickly. We are also doing our Veda Parayanam, our common sense thought, Mangalacharana Shloka Sankalpa, Upanishad Mantra Ucharana. All of them are with certain, definite, doubtless purpose. Again, the single purpose is directing ourselves towards the ultimate. Let us start, and all these are keeping in mind our invocation of Parabrahma, Ishvara, Jagannatha, Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana, Margadarshanam, Anugraham, Krupa, and the empowerments. And with that, every petal of the flower, lotus or rose has to blossom for the whole flower to look beautiful and contributive. So too, every petal of our personality has to blossom fully. One side to realize the self and get liberated, other side to be a fit presence in the world. So all those Vyaktitva petals, layers of Lokasevakatva, Dharmasthavakatva, ityadi also we are focusing. So let us start the day with our chanting of Veda Mantra. It is Rigveda, 10th Mandalam. We are into 90th Anuvaka. 90, 91 we will do. The time permits, 92 also. And to our fortune today, Thursday, very good. This 90th Anuvaka of Dashama Mandalam of Rigveda is none other than the most famous, most beautiful, most glorious Purusha Suktam itself. Good, no? While chanting all these Veda mantras, here the Rigveda and there in the Yajurveda, in our other class, we are coming across all these Suktams, Shanti mantras, etc. Yesterday we saw in the Yajurveda mantra Ucharana, the huge Shanti mantra also, or here only we saw. So it's good that we are finding all the other mantras which we chant in these Vedas. Let us do it with all our gratitudes. Thanks to whoever have remembered these mantras and printed them and made them easily available, accessible, even in this Kali Yuga. All those who have put efforts, let us extend our salutations, prayers to them. Whoever they are, every one of them deserve our gratitude, salutations. With this, 90th mantra, Purusha Suktam. Om Athaveda Parayadam Rugveda Dashamamandalम नवतितम अनुवाकादारभ्य पुरुष सूक्तम ओम ओम सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपाद सभूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम् पुरुष एवेदगं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् उतामृतत्वस्येषा नो यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा तोज्यायागश्च पूरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादोर्ध्व उतैत्पुरुषः पादोऽस्येहा भवत् पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत् शासनान शने अभि तस्माद् विराड जायत विराजो अधिपूरुषः स जातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चात् भूमिमथो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वथ वसन्तो अस्यासीदाज्यं ग्रीष्म इद्म शरद्धविः तैयज्ञं बर्हिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च ये तस्माद्यज्ञात् सर्वहुत सम्भृतं पृषदाज्यं पशून्तांश्चक्रे वायव्यानारण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतरुचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दांसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादश्वा अजायन्त एके चोभयादतः गावो अजज्ञिरे तस्मात् जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यददुः कथिधा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहू का ऊरु पादा उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरु तदस्य यद्वैश्यः पद्भ्यां शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातश्चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणात् वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षं शीर्ष्णौ द्यौः समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशः श्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागम अकल्पयन् सप्तास्यासन् परिदयस्त्रिसप्त समिदः कृताः देवा यद्यज्ञं तन्वाना अवध्नन् पुरुषं पशुं यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवास्तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् तेहनाकं महिमानः सचन्त यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः. There may be lot of differences in swara because of the utilization of this mantra in different contexts. Go to the 91. Om samjagruvadbhirjaramana idhyatedamedamuna ishayannidhaspade vishwasya hotaha vishovarenyo vibhurvibhava sushaka sakhiyade sadarshata sriratitirgruhe gruhe vane vane shishriyetakwaviriva janam janyo nati manyate vishaksheti vishyo विषं सुदक्षो दक्षैः क्रतुनासि सुक्रतुरग्ने कवि काव्येनासि विश्ववित् वसुर्वसूनां क्षयसि त्वमेक इद्यावाचयानि पृथिवी च पुष्यतः प्रजानन्नग्ने तव योनिमृत्युयमिडायास्पदे कृतवन्तमासदः आते चिकित्र उषसामिवेतया रेवसः सूर्यस्येव रश्मयः तव श्रियो वर्ष्यस्येव विद्युतश्चित्रासि चिकित्र उषसां न केधवः यदोषधीरभिस्पृष्टो वनानि च परि स्वयं चिनुषे अन्नमास्ये तमोषधीर्दधिरे गर्भं ऋत्वियं तमापो अग्निं जनयन्त मातरः तमित्समानं वनिनश्च वीरुदोऽन्तर्वतीश्च सुवते च विश्वः वातोपधूत इषितो वशागम् अनुतृषु यदन्नावे विशत् वितिष्ठसे आते यतन्ते रथ्यो यथा पृथक्छर्दांस्यग्ने अजराणि धक्षतः मेधाकारं विदथस्य प्रसादनमग्निं होतारं परिभूतमं मतिं तमिदर्भे हविष्यासमानमित्तमिन्महे वृणते नान्यं त्वता त्वामिदत्र वृणते त्वायवो होतारमग्ने विदथेषु वेदसः यद्देवयं तो ददति प्रयांसि ते हविष्मन्तो मनवो वृक्षबर्हिषः तवाग्नेहोत्रं तव प्रोत्रमृत्वियं तव नेष्ट्रं त्वमग्निद्रुता यतः तव प्रशास्त्रं त्वमध्वरीयसि ब्रह्मा चासि गृहपतिश्च नोदमे यस्तुभ्यमग्ने अमृताय मर्त्य समिधा दाशतु तवाहविष्कृति तस्य होता भवसि यासि दूत्यमुपब्रूषे यजस्यध्वरीयसि इमा अस्मै मतयो वाचो अस्मदाः ऋचो गिर सुष्ठुतयः समग्मता वसूयवो वसवे जातवेदसे वृद्धासु चिद्वर्धनो यासु चाकसत् चाकनत् इमां प्रत्नाय सुष्ठुतिर्नमीयसी वोचेयमस्मा उशते शृणोतु नः भूया अन्तरा हृद्यस्य निःस्पृशे जायेव पत्य उशते सुवासाः यस्मिन्नश्वासऋषभास उक्षणो वशा मेषा अवसृष्टास आहुताः कीलालभे सोमपृष्ठाय वेदसे हृदा मतिञ्जनये चारुमग्नये अहाव्यग्ने हविरास्येते शुचिवग्रतञ्चम्वीव सोमः वाजसनिं रयिमस्मे सुवीरं प्रशस्तं देहि यशसं बृहन्तम्. One more. यज्ञस्य वोरत्यं विश्पतिं विशां होतारमक्तोरतिथिं विभावसुं शोचञ्चुष्कासु हरिणीषु जर्भुरद्वृषा केतुर्यजतो द्यामशायत इममञ्जस्वामुभये अकृण्वत धर्माणमग्निं विदथस्य साधनम् अक्तुं न यह्वमुषसः पुरोहितं तनूनपातमरुषस्य निंसते बणस्य नीता विपणेश्च मन्महे वया अस्य प्रहुता असुरत्तवे यदा घोरासो अमृतत्वमाशतादिज्जनस्य दैव्यस्य चर्किरन् ऋतस्य हि प्रसिद्धिर्द्यौरुव्यचो नमो मह्य रमतिः पनीयसी इन्द्रो मित्रो वरुणः संचिकित्रिरेतो वग सविता भूतदक्षसः प्ररुद्रेण ययिनायन्ति सिन्धवस्तिरो महीमरमतिं दधन्विरे येभिः परिङ्मा पर्यन्नुरुब्रयो ज्रयो विरोरुवज्जठरे विश्वमुक्षते घ्राणा रुद्रा मरुतो विश्वकृष्णयो दिवः शेनासो असुरस्य नीडयः तेभिश्चष्टे वरुणो मित्रो अर्यमेन्द्रो देवेभिरर्वशेभिरर्वशः इन्द्रे भुजं शशमाना स आशतसूरो दृशिके वृषणश्च पौंसे प्रयेन्वस्यार्हणा ततक्षिरे युजं वज्रं नृषदनेषु कारवः सोरश्चिदाहरितो अस्य रीरमदिन्द्रादा कश्चिद्वयते तवीयसः भीमस्य वृष्णो जठरादभिश्वसो दिवे दिवे सहुरि स्तन्नवाधितः स्तोमं वो अद्य रुद्राय शिक्वसे क्षयद्वीराय नमसातिदिष्टन ये शिवः स्ववागम् एव यावभिर्दिवस्य शक्तिः स्वयशानिकामभिः ते हि प्रजाया अभरं तविश्रवो बृहस्पतिर्वृषभः सोमजामयः यज्ञैरथर्वा प्रथमो विधारयद्देवा दक्षैर्भृगवः संचिकित्रिरे ते हि द्यावा पृथिवी भूरिरेतसा नराशंसश्चतुरङ्गो यमोदितिः देवस्त्वष्टा द्रविणो दारुभोक्षणप्ररोदसी मरुतो विष्णुरर्हिरे उतस्य न उशिजामुर्विया कविरहि शृणोतु बुध्न्यो हवीमनि सूर्यामासा विचरन्ता दिवीक्षिता धिया शमीनहुषि अस्य बोधतं प्रणः पूषा चरथं विश्वदेव्योपां न पादवतु वायुरिष्टये आत्मानं वस्यो अविवातमर्चत तदश्विना सुहवा यामनिश्रुतं विषामासामभयानामधीक्षितं गीर्भरुस्वयशनं स्वयशसं गृणीमसि ज्ञाभिर्विश्वाभिरदितिमनर्वणमक्तोर्युवानं नृमणा अधापतिं रेभदत्र जनुषा पूर्वो अङ्गिराग्रावाण ऊर्ध्वा अविचक्षुरध्वरम् येभिर्विहायाभवद्विचक्षण पातः सुमेकं स्वदितिर्वनस्वती ॐ शान्तिः 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 गुड Narayana, friends. Joy every day in doing this Veda Parayanam. Definitely with these we are pleasing the most divine Rishi Parampara. They are watching, they are observing, they are seeing our arti, our sincerity in this. They will definitely continue blessing us. Friends, in today's common sense thought, precisely देखो इतना ही है, 3-4 बातें ज़्यादा रही. First one is joy is there only in knowing the truth. Knowing the truth, owning the truth, realizing the truth, discovering with the truth, being one with the truth, merging in the truth. All are languages. Don't get lost in them if there is any difference in that bhasha. Find the essence of all these sentences. There is only one reality, and that I am. The ultimate, endless, relentless joy will be in that only. First, be clear about this by whatever the means. The means are what we are doing the study of Upanishads. Second is the joy in trying to reach to that state of being. This joy, be attentive, in trying to reach, in that try, in that effort, that joy we have to discover. There may not appear the joy there to be, but we have to discover. Here is where is effort. Having reached the self, it is blissful because it is its nature. But while reaching it, the path should be discovered as joyful, made as joyful by us. It is our choice. Because at that level of sadhana is done with the upadhis. And upadhis have their otherwise choice also. Therefore, full joy we may not feel like in doing sadhana. And when you don't feel like the joy in doing sadhana, the doing will not be up to the mark. So therefore, consciously, by whatever the means again, create or discover or make or maintain the joy in doing sadhanas. Second point. Third one is what sadhanas? Remember, all that depends on where do we stand. Although the standard sadhanas remain the same, within them also, depending on where do we stay in our evolutionary ladder, what sadhanas for us. These specific things also we have to discover for ourselves. Yes, Guru gives guidance, Shastra gives guidance, then it is we who have to discover them. Every one of those step by step sadhanas. Yes, then the fourth one is the struggle in doing the sadhana. Isn't it? It will definitely be a struggle, a pain, an effort. We have to accept. And we all know for every newer delivery, there will be so much of delivery pains. All these three are pains: the conceiving pain, the carrying pain, the delivery pain. Spirituality also, conceiving the spiritual thought is a pain. Carrying continuously the spiritual thought is pain. And delivery also is pain. The delivery is the sadhanas. It will be difficult, definitely, no doubt. It will be a great struggling. Okay? So, the difficulty aspect, the struggle aspect is different in sadhana, which is necessary for all. But more than that, some or the other self made, obstructions are there which make these difficult sadhanas more difficult, these struggles more struggle. Think about it. Some or the other place or thing or being or some emotion, some or the other place, every one of us are bound. Each one are not bound in the same thing, but every one of us are bound in something or the other, which is taking away the joy of doing sadhana and making the sadhana more and more difficult. This today's our point is more focused on this. Okay, we have to be very intelligent, very conscious to discover within ourselves what are those traits, what are those wrong convictions, what are those notions, what are those fears, what are those sentiments, what are those inhibitions, what are those reluctances or what are those lazinesses. क्या है मेरे अंदर? एक हो सकता है, दो हो सकते हैं, तीन हो सकते हैं, पांच भी हो सकते हैं. Because of which all the clarity of the goal is not there, conviction of the goal is not there, clarity of the path is not there. While trying to walk the path with all its clarity, there is struggle, there is pain, there is feeling of load, heaviness. क्या है मेरे अंदर वो deeply rooted non-positive? Each of us will have to discover them. And when we discover, in cases of some people, those things are so meaningless. So what? Even if it is so meaningless, but it has its power to stop us from doing our great sadhanas. And so meaningless. It can be a notion only. है ना, इट कैन बी वन वीकनेस इन मी. जैसे उस दिन देख रहे थे ना कि ये मेरे से नहीं हो सकता थॉट, या इसको हम बाद में कर सकते हैं ये वाला थॉट, या पता नहीं है कि नहीं वाला डाउट वाला थॉट, which have no meaning at all, but they are enough. Or maybe a person you are afraid of, or you are obliged to, or you are attached to. That kida in the mind about a fear of that person, enough, one person enough. We need not worry about 140 crores of Indians to get disturbed in sadhana, one person is enough. It can be your mother or father or wife or the husband or children or in-laws or outlaws. It can be brother or sister. एक बंदा काफी है हमारा छोटे दिमाग को खराब करने के. Somewhere either we are attached to or we are afraid of them, isn't it? Or we are in some way sentimentally etc. bound. कुछ भी हो वो हमें खा जाता है. Or it can be a thing कि मुझे बहुत बहुत सोना है, मुझे रेस्ट लेना है. It's a thought. That is enough for us to take us more and more to the bed rather than to sit of meditation. Or because of our not very clear in our thinking, because of our not strong decisions, ठीक है कि we are lost in some things vaguely just like that. They make the things and they when they are asked or questioned, they say ये भी साधना है ना. अब देखो मूर्खता और अहंकार जब जुड़ जाते हैं along with their दिमाग, nobody can help him including God. Swamiji, I am doing my gardening for 1 hour. I go with my friends for 1 hour. ये भी साधना है ना वो कहते हैं. अरे where is the study of Shastra and contemplating of the self as sadhana and how can you say gardening is sadhana? देखो कहने के लिए कुछ भी होता है बट वो जो कह रहे हो ऑथेंटिक है नहीं, दिमाग लगा के कर रहे हो. देखो people have their own stupidity called they themselves call it as intelligence to justify what they are doing, give it a name title as the sadhana and give up the real sadhana. It's like some company produces products, somebody who जिसका नाम भी नहीं होता, then they give it to the brand companies and they put their label. And we think it's really produced by that. There are some shops which have 1,000 branches all over the country world selling the goods for crores rupees, but they don't even have their manufacturing unit only. But नाम उसका होता. Same way, every nonsense we do and label it as sadhana. Isn't it? Think about it, how we cheat ourselves or get cheated by our own mind. I'm just giving an example how थोड़ा सा जो समय है, थोड़ा सा जो एनर्जी है, थोड़ा सा जो एक्टिवनेस बीइंग डायनामिक है, वो सब हम in a very trivial things we misuse them. Then the beautiful that period of being in sattvic mode, being in dynamism is misused for that. Once that's over, the other time is our own bhoga asaktis, our own nidra asaktis, our own vyakti asaktis, our own inner fears. Finally, अब मूड नहीं है. सुबह से स्वामी जी मैं ये करता आया, अब तक गया हूँ, आपकी क्लास में बैठने का मूड नहीं है, एनर्जी नहीं है. इस तरह से होता है. सो आइडिया इज सिंपल. डिस्कवर व्हाट इज दैट विच रूटीनली आई एम डूइंग विदाउट थिंकिंग, which is eating away all my energy time, because of which I am not able to maintain my regularity in sadhana, sincerity in sadhana, perfection in sadhana, and joy in that sadhana. है कि नहीं? ये किन के लिए लागू है all these discussions? For those who want to reach the goal, for those who want to do the sadhana, they are not able to do it. They are feeling so much regrets and guilty inside, and they have that pain of not doing sadhana. ये उनके लिए लागू है. जिनको वैल्यू ही नहीं है about sadhana, तो they are not convinced about the ultimate goal. ये सारे फुजुल बात है उनके लिए. It's not for them. But many of the seekers, before fully get established in doing sadhana consciously with all the clarity, I have all the clarity, I am very conscious, and I have mastered all my timetable, my routine, my faculties, and exactly I am doing what is to be done. For this, the Shruti authority is there. For this, the Yukti is there. For this, the Upamana are there. Shruti, Yukti, Upamana, these three are the authority for us to decide the exactly sadhana. And then I also inquired sufficiently, struggled sufficiently to know exactly where do I stand in my convictions, in my weaknesses, in my prarabdhas, in my potentialities of my personality layers. ये सब मैं बहुत जांच पड़ताल करके समझ कर मुझे शास्त्र के आधार पर क्या साधना करना है. आई एम वेरी परफेक्ट अबाउट इट. आई एम डूइंग इट एंड आई एम सीइंग द रिजल्ट आल्सो. Before reaching that necessary state, those who are vague in many aspects, struggling, especially at the sadhanas, even the minimum small sadhanas, उनके लिए ये discussion है कि discover where we are lost. Come out of them and start struggling to know all this and work towards it. देखो, in the world also there are some people. They change the people, they change the organizations, they change the projects, they change the jobs, but with all the clarity, no vagueness at all. He knows why he is doing. He is very sharp, very shrewd, very subtle. He is observing the world, he is knowing in which field, if this time the work is done, there is profit. He doesn't take any decision abruptly. उनको पता है, you just job मैंने change किया स्वामी जी से. भाई why did you change? I am worried. इतना बढ़िया खासा job चल रहा था तुम्हारा, क्यों छोड़ा तुमने? It is my worry, but he knows that because in these the opportunities are less, they are more, and I am clear. I have done sufficient research. There are some people in this way, very dynamic in their clarity and in their molding themselves according to the requirement. There are other people वो क्यों काम कर रहा है नहीं पता, कर के ठीक तरह नहीं है वो, और या वो छोड़ देगा या बॉस ही उसको निकाल देता है, फिर क्या करना उसके बाद नहीं पता होता है. नौकरी जैसा सब वेग तमोगुणी होते हैं. In spirituality also like that. The example first one suits to those who are very clear in everyday sadhana, every moment sadhana. The second ones are those who are in that lower level. For them, this is a discussion. It's all in a healthy, good mood. It's only to suggest, it's only to help. That first of all, we have to intellectually struggle to become very clear about goal to be reached, sadhana to be done. Even for the intellect to get convinced of Vyavasayatrika Buddhi, sufficient time we have to give, sufficient deeper thinking we have to do. What is that which is not allowing me to do that? उनको अवॉइड करो, फिर एक जगह बैठो, फिर पेन पेपर ले लो, थरोली समझो साधनाएं, फिर मेक योर टाइम टेबल, देन स्टार्ट डूइंग. हाँ, दिस इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट. देन व्हाइल डूइंग अगेन, always if there is a regret and guilt that जितना करना चाहते हो नहीं कर पा रहे हो, that's a healthy regret, because out of those regrets and guilt feelings only there is a chance for us to struggle again to come out of the blocking weaknesses and to improve upon the performance. See, all सब मिलकर रहता है जिंदगी में. Inspired moments used for sadhana, not inspired, still trying to do the sadhana. Absolutely not inspired, still struggling to do sadhana. Not able to do sadhana, then regrets and guilts. Out of the regrets and guilts, again the strong sankalpas. Again with the help of the strong sankalpa, trying to do little. So in this way, ये बहुत जन्म तक चलता ही रहता है सबके लिए. Out of all these precipitates, all the clarity that's required. Takes time, depending on where are we now. But remember, in and through that, the Shastra Shravanadhyayana, which informs and inspires, should never be given up. Once in a while, pausing and looking and seeing that this much I have done, feeling joyful about it, also is healthy. And lot more distance to cover, so I am at very low pace, let me do it better. That thought also is required. Seeing the people who are not at all doing sadhana, comparing with them only to feel good that I am better than them, वो भी कभी कभी जरूरत है. Seeing the people who are doing sadhana better than us, and getting inspired from them and struggling. That also a part of the game. And most importantly, as we are saying in our evening, Sri Ramacharitamanasa, very important, having the support of our own Ishtadevata and our own Guru, whom we have chosen, who has accepted us. Through tuning to him, through prayers, through upasanas, getting empowered by them also is essential. You know, in that, these languages can be used. Oh Lord, I want to reach to that goal. Oh Lord, I want to do the due sadhana to reach to that goal. Oh Lord, these are the non-positive negativities I have Rajoguna and Tamaguna. I want to come out of them. I am clear in my wants. I want your help. You bless me. How you bless, I don't know. You know it. But I have faith in you because through all the Purana Itihasas, I came to know that whoever have prayed to you, you have taken care of them. So here you are for me, here I am at your feet, here are these things I can do for you, and I am requesting. I know the Maya in the form of Mana Buddhi Indriyas are so powerful negatively, isn't it? It is your blessings only can make them fully creative, constructive, positive, healthy, sattvic. तो बनाओ मुझे वो चाहिए and I know if not today tomorrow you'll make it happen. With this faith only I am sticking to the path. With this faith only I am at your feet praying, and with this only I am trying my best to, though it's very low and very small. So that way in touch with the Guru and Lord through upasana and prayer also is required. Regularly studying Shastra also is required, Manana, Chintana and Shravana. Then clarity of whatever the sadhanas to be improved upon, to be done, and doing them with the best of the abilities, with the perfection required. Try करते रहो. अब जब कभी नहीं हो पा रहे, all of them, the regrets, the guilts, again restarting ourselves, सब मिलकर जिंदगी का ये सफर होता है आध्यात्मिक वाला. Which is required at what time we don't know. We have to be clear about all of them. Inside and outside problems coming is not in our hands. But prepared well in advance with all our solutions and taking out that solution suitable to sort out that problem at that particular time is our genius. And mind you, all calls basically for what? Our conviction that I want to grow, I want to surely grow, I want to definitely grow spiritually. ये बेसिक पॉइंट है. मतलब श्रेय मार्ग को चुनकर उसमें तरक्की करने का जो दृढ़ इच्छा है वो बेस है फॉर ऑल दीस थिंग्स. एंड दैट बेसिक थिंग वी आर नॉट डन. दैट्स व्हाट कृष्णा इज टेलिंग अस नाउअडेज. द व्यवसायात्मक बुद्धि फॉर द सांख्यन योग बुद्धि इफ यू डोंट हैव, देन द भोग ऐश्वर्य प्रसक्ति, then all these pushpitavani for kriya vishesha bahula will go on attacking us. And see our situation, we don't need any outer people to distract us from sadhana. Our mind is enough. Our indriyas are enough. Our vasanas are enough to defeat the sadhaka in us. बाहर के लोगों को, बाहर के सिचुएशनों को, बाहर के देवताओं को, बाहर प्रभु के माया को जरूरत ही नहीं है. Isn't it? In this way, today's main thought is the struggle and pain while doing sadhana is healthy, but through that pain and struggle, one, discover what are those which are the blockades, try to eliminate them. Two, let there be always tuning and prayer to the Lord, along with it the sankalpa also. The strong संकल्प तो मैं जरूर साधना कर पाऊंगा, परमात्मा को पा पाऊंगा. जो कोई कमियां कमजोरियां मेरे अंदर है, I can remove them. Whatever the strengths that are required, I will be able to gain them. So these positive thoughts are any day better than The negative things that I cannot do, it's not my bite, it is difficult for me. No, these are all thoughts. They weaken us. But the above said thoughts are the things which strengthen us. So all those thoughts which strengthen us, all those companies which strengthen us, all those study of books which strengthen us, all those prayers which strengthen us, they are all positive. उसके अंदर ही हमें हमेशा रहना. इस तरह वी हैव टू बचाओ अपने आप को. फिर चलते रहना. It's a continuous struggle. Oh, a lot of distances we have to cover. है ना? Just when this lot of distances to cover, and for that we have to do lot of struggles to understand it, to accept it. Just go back into humanity, human civilization, how it has struggled for eons together, hundreds of years, centuries together, struggled to evolve and come to this state. It's a continuous struggle. And mind you, for current information in this universe, every jiva is struggling to evolve. Only the human is the one who is given a choice to knowingly, consciously struggle to evolve. Because he is given buddhi. All other jivas, though less they are in buddhi, yet they are struggling only to evolve. Every tree is struggling to evolve. Every bird is struggling. In fact, the state of being a bird is a status in the sequence of evolution. Understood? पक्षी तक आया है मतलब वो उससे कम वाले योनियों से वो यहाँ तक पहुंचा. It will become Pashu in its next stage of evolution. It will become a human in the next stage of evolution. That's you and me. And from here, we are given a choice to catch or take up that ladder and go up quickly because we have intellect. Shrewdly, thoroughly, subtly, when we use the intellect, think deeply, understand it, then we have always choice to leap in our evolutionary ladder. We can take up a long leap and jump. Otherwise, all are struggling. Like in your and my Sharira, there may be billions of trillions of cells, living cells. Every one of them are struggling in their own way to evolve. And what is evolution? Only one thing, from the matterness to the selfness or consciousness. That's it. वही जड़ चेतन ग्रंथि कहते हैं, हमको तो चेतन का महसूस ही नहीं है, पूरा जड़ में ही फंसे हैं. पहले दो चीजें समझो, जड़ और चेतन. हम जड़ में फंसे हैं ये भी समझो, फिर उससे हटकर चेतन में जाते जाओ. Once you reach चेतन, then you will know that there is nothing called as जड़. ये बात की बात. तो never worry about struggle. Struggle to evolve is eternally going on. To evolve, if you struggle, that's better, intelligent. For that, you have to be very conscious. And in the struggling, remember always, one of the most pivotal thing is what? To be able to give up. And giving up the lower for the higher. This struggle is always healthy, not the other way around. Many times we give up, like किसी ने नौकरी छोड़ दी. Give up, he gave up. Is it a healthy thing? Now, why you have given up the naukari? Is it because not able to cope it up with it, or because you are lazy, etc., or it is obstructing you in your freedom of choice, enjoyments? Then that giving up that naukari is the worst decision. You understand? Then the laziness, the other things will creep in. At least when you are in a job, you are committed to get up on time to go there. You are answerable, you are questionable, you are responsible. ये सब है. अब छोड़ ही दिया नौकरी. Then it is not a healthy giving up. I am just trying to explain. In sadhana, giving up is most important. But what are you giving up? The higher for the lower, or the lower for the higher? Let us be very aware about. हाँ, कोई कहता है मैं नौकरी इसलिए छोड़ दिया बिकॉज आई हैव सफिशिएंट मनी, नाउ आई वांट टू फोकस मोर ऑन द डिवाइन. देखो, हायर गोल के लिए छोड़ दिया, एक्सेप्टेड. Now given up the job, what are you doing now? Was waiting for somebody to come and entertain me. Then your decision of giving up that job was wrong. Isn't it? This is how when we don't consider or discuss with elders, with our gurus, with more matured people, experienced people, when we don't take them into confidence, when we don't refer to the Shastras, in our own smartness and overconfidence, thinking that we are intelligent, we take this way many wrong decisions of, giving up the beautiful things which are the opportunities in disguise, which are the blessings of divine in disguise. बहुत सारे लोग अपने बेवकूफ़ी को अकलमंदगी समझते हुए भगवान और गुरुओं की कृपाओं को वो नकारते रहते हैं. It is a very subtle thing. I know what I am saying. Few of you are catching with bitterness and many of you are not catching. ये मेरे को पता है. But this is how it is. Giving up is the greatest thing in sadhana, but what are we giving up? The higher for the lower or the lower for the higher? Many of us give up the higher for the lower and we think we have given up. मैंने वो गुरु को छोड़ दिया, वो सत्संग छोड़ दिया, वो वाला साधना छोड़ दिया. शर्म नहीं आता कहने को? If you say the other things, मैंने ये वो छोड़ दिया, now I am into my deeper inner sadhana with all maturity, then your chodna is appreciated. Right, friends? Struggle not with misery but with joy. Struggle with clarity but not with the vagueness. Struggle under the guidance, tutelage of the higher beings like the Guru, etc., not independently with the vague intellect or misguided by lower people. And while doing so, two things are important. Sankalpa. मैं करूँगा, कर सकता हूँ, पहुँचूंगा. And same is prayers. भगवान मुझे करने दो, मुझे पहुँचने दो. May the sadhanas happen through me. May I reach the destination. O Lord, bless me. And for us also, we have to do sankalpa. Jarur I can do. Isn't it? Now the final thought is what? ये सब दिमाग में चढ़े या ना चढ़े, दो बातें मन में रखो. एक बात, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. दूसरा बात, श्री रामा शरणम मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम, श्री शंभो शरणम मम. ये तो मिनिमम है ना. ये हमारे लिए प्रोटेक्टिंग गार्डिंग शक्तिस है. फाइनली the Aham Brahmasmi is the goal. Sri Krishna Sharanamama is the highest empowerment. है ना. इन दोनों के बीच में all what we have discussed so far can be fitted. That's how let us with our thinking, understanding become expanded, exhaustive, comprehensive in our approach to our life and sadhana for our certain definite evolution. Right, friends? Discover the joy in sadhana. Struggle but joyfully. You cannot avoid the struggle. But when the struggle is for the higher, and the struggle is with joy, and when the struggle is with the clarity, that's worthy. नहीं तो एक बात सुन लो जिंदगी में. Last thought. When the higher I give up because it is tough, therefore I take up the lower, thinking that it is easy, that also starts becoming tough. Then something lower will tempt me. Then I give up this. Then the lower becomes more tough. It's all in the mind's makeup and concept that it is tough. है ना. जैसे मैंने कहा ना, मैं नौकरी मुश्किलें करके छोड़ दी. Whole day going to the office, I am finding difficult, so I gave up. Then what are you doing now? Part-time job. After some time, the part-time also becomes difficult. Then what are you doing now? Once in 3 days in a week I do. उसके बाद 3 days भी मुश्किल ही लगता है. Then 1 day a week only I am working. That also becomes weak. One day 7 hours so tough for me 5 hours. फिर 3 घंटे, वो 1 घंटा भी मुश्किल होता। जीना मुश्किल होता है, याद रखो, और मुश्किल नहीं होता, हम बनाते। Then when the more and more non-performance, laziness creeps in us, even cooking the food becomes difficult. Eating the food becomes difficult. अब जीना भी डिफिकल्ट होता है, अब मरना भी डिफिकल्ट होता है। That's how the tamoguna consumes us, drags us, enslaves us. ये थोड़ा और किसी दिन एग्जॉस्टिवली बात करेंगे इस पे, बट एन आइडिया यू कैन कीप इन माइंड टुडे। थैंक यू। ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम् ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यम् ओम व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानाम् ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् ओम जगतीम् अवितुं कलिताकृतयो ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदम् ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृते धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थमस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंद निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम पारायणार्थे षष्ठोऽध्यायः, 7th chapter, just 6th chapter, chant 7, 8, 9 mantras, just 2 minutes. ओम तमीश्वराणां परमं महेश्वरं तं देवतानां परमं च दैवतम् पतिं पतीनां परमं परस्तात् विरामदेवं भुवनेशमीड्यं न तस्य कार्यं करणं च विद्यते न तत्समश्चाभ्यधिकश्च दृश्यते परास्य शक्तिर्विविधैव श्रूयते स्वाभाविकी ज्ञानबलक्रिया च न तस्य कश्चित् पतिरस्ति लोके न चेशिता नैव च तस्य लिङ्गम् सकारणं करणाधिपाधिपः न चास्य कश्चित् जनिता न चाधिपः। Pure devotional, these mantras of Shwethashwathara. Now friends, षोडशास्त्रः पुरुषः विष्णोः विराजमानं तमसः परस्तात् इति श्रूयते मुण्डकोपनिषदि। स एव वा कपिलः प्रसिद्धः अग्रे सृष्टिकाले यः ज्ञानैर् धर्म ज्ञान वैराग्य ऐश्वर्यैर् बिभर्ति बभार जायमानं च पश्येत् अपश्यत् इत्यर्थः। It's a very sublime, very subtler thought that's given by the Shwethashwathara Rishi in the main mantra, and to that mantra the Bhashyakara's Bhashya also very sublime indicated. Right? Little struggle we can do in trying to understand. What is said here is the Vyashti is there, the Samashti is there, the beyond is there. The beyond everything is that Brahman, the Atman, the self, the real. He is infinite and his power is infinite. With his power, he has projected the Samashti, empowered the Samashti. That Samashti in consequence in the next step, projected, empowered, guided, governed, ordered by that ultimate, whatever the word he used, now he is managing the Vyashtis. So all the Vyashtis are directly under the control of the Samashti, indirectly under the control of the beyond. And you and I are the Vyashti. So, being a Vyashti, not getting cocooned in the Vyashti, discovering the presence of Samashti, surrendering to the Samashti, discovering the presence of beyond, tuning and identifying with that beyond is what you and I are to do. All Upanishads, all Vedanta is trying to teach to us with all their details these things only. That's the meaning of, he says, he has seen the Kapila Muni or the Kapila getting projected, Jayamanancha Pashyet. And he is the one who has empowered that Kapila with Jnana. So, Jnanair Bibharti. That was the shloka, na? What was that? Rushim Prasutam Kapilam Yastamagre Jnanair Bibharti Jayamanancha Pashyet. So, first Agre, second Rushim Prasutam Kapilam, third Jayamanam Pashyet, fourth Jnanair Bibhart. He himself conceived within himself the possibility of expressing as the Samashti, that is Hiranyagarbha, and he made it possible and he has empowered him with Jnanair. Bhagavan Shankara gives other three words also to make it complete. Jnanair Bibharti. Jnanaihi is a plural. So he used that plural word, Shankara Bhagavan, expanding it. Jnanaihi means what? Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Vairagyaihi, isn't it? Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Aishwaryaihi Vibharti. So Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Aishwaryaihi. These are the four pivotal things with which that Samashti is able to maintain the entire Vyashtis efficiently. Now, little subtle thought, I don't know why I am sharing it, let us share. Even as a Vyashti, me also, when I empower myself in these four things, okay, then as a Vyashti, I will no more be a failure. Second, when these four things, when I use to tune to the Samashti, I will evolve up to the level of merging with the Samashti. Means by Upadis. Isn't it? और समष्टि में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता हमेशा, व्यष्टि में ही प्रॉब्लम. While doing this, merging my व्यष्टि into the samashti, at any moment I have the choice of going beyond व्यष्टि and samashti into the ultimate truth. है कि ना? जैसे 1,00,000 रुपए आपके पास है, तभी जाकर सब छोड़ के आप साधक सन्यासी बनकर परमात्मा को पा सकते. 10 लाख है तभी कर सकते हो, 20 लाख है तभी भी कर सकते. Isn't it? Same way, as a clerk also you can give up and do sadhana and realize. As a section officer also you can give up and do sadhana and realize. As the head of the department also. Isn't it? So I'm just giving example that in the evolution from the Vyashti to the Samashti, we can at any time give up and go for the ultimate. Or minimum what we can do is, coming out of the cocoon of catering only to the Vyashti, we have to rise to serve the Samashti. Okay? Now 3. Whether to evolve as a Vyashti or whether to evolve to merge in the samashti, or whether to go beyond. These four are required. Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Aishwarya. This is what is a crucial point. Let us see each one of them 2 minutes. First is the Jnana. Clarity of understanding which we are struggling to get through our everyday classes. Okay. With the Jnana behind and with the conviction of that Jnana behind, we have to have the Aishwarya. Ishwaratva means the ability to perform according to our Jnana. So I explain two words, Jnana and Aishwarya. Two more are there. What is that? For all the outer temptations which pull us down, we have to have the Vairagya. नहीं तो सब चौपट हो जाएगा. Because I have Vairagya, does it mean that I will not at all involve in the world? No, 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 no. Even though I am serving Samashti, even though I am trying for my special evolution, yet for a great extent, to a great period of time, we owe something to the world. And what we owe something to the world is called a dharma. Therefore, dharma. So, jnana gives the vision. The conviction to practice that jnana should make us the Ishvara, that I am commanding my own life. And with that Ishwaratva, while pursuing the jnana, what are the obstructions? All my outer temptations, lower temptations, earlier habits, vairagya towards them. And at the time of doing all these three, we owe something always to the world. We do that, that's called as our dharma. So, jnanair vivarti. To the Kapila, Hiranyagarbha, that Paramatma gave him the dharma, jnana, vairagya and aishwarya. And because of these four as pillars, that samashti is able to maintain his oneness in Paramatma Tattva. The samashti is able to maintain his samashti shakti. The samashti is able to manage the entire vyashti. Clear? So you and I now as a vyashti, we can expand in our vyashtiness till we become one with the samashti at the upadhisthai, when these four we follow. And while doing so, the jnana shakti which we have, if we use it for the tattva jnana, brahma jnana, atma jnana, and take that as our goal, any time from this upadhisthai we can reject, we can eject out of it. उसको कहते हैं यदहरेव विरजेत तदहरेव प्रवर्जेत. That's why in this entire history of spiritual evolution, you can see thousands and thousands of Atmas at different levels of their life, of material evolution. They gave up that and they took up spirituality and they reached. उम्र के हिसाब से भी 5 साल का लड़का भी सब छोड़ के स्पिरिचुअल बना, एक 90 साल का भी सब छोड़कर स्पिरिचुअल बना, एज के हिसाब से. ओके, देन द पोजीशन के हिसाब से भी somebody as a soldier he gave up and became spiritual. The other body, the other extreme, as a king he gave up the kingdom to his children and became rajarshi. Monetary wise, ऐसे अभी जब कहा, जो कुछ भी गरीब है कुछ नहीं है, वो बंदा भी सब छोड़कर महात्मा साधक बन गया. कोई करोड़ों करोड़ों रुपए भी छोड़कर, you know, the other day you have seen 2 months back, somebody gave his millions of dollars to some special organization, he becomes sannyasi. That's the meaning of, any time you get convinced of the ultimate truth fully, you can give up this path of your struggle at the upadhi level and you can take it up. That possibility we are hinting at. And we can have our sankalpa prayer within us, like I will have for myself. I can suggest to you, or I can't even suggest to you because this is your life. But I can tell to myself that at this very moment or very sooner, let me eject out of all this and pursue only the truth. So the total thought is, it is the supreme reality in whose presence the Vyashti and Samashti are always functioning. Point 1. Point 2, the Samashti or Vyashti both can be successful in their performance as wanted by the Lord when they have Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya and Aishwarya. Third point is what? The Samashti is already in his oneness with the reality, and then ordained by that reality only is working in the total world. But you and I as Veshti, we can have the spiritual goal anytime. That's the meaning of Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. So, इस श्लोक के द्वारा therefore the Shwethashwathara Rishi as well as Bhashyakara, what they are hinting at us? They are hinting at us is the presence of the Paramatma directly or indirectly behind everything. Without him, nothing can happen. Yet, instead of getting lost in the things that happen, let us slowly evolve to discover the reality which is supporting all the happenings. Okay, instead of getting caught up in upadhis, get into the substratum. That much, if we can understand. That is the meaning of the entire slokas, every shabda. Yonim yonim aditishthati ekaha vishwani rupani yonishcha sarvaha rushim kapilam prasutam yastam agre jnanair vivarti jayamanam cha pashet. In सब sentences का literal meaning के पीछे indicated meaning are these two. One, realize, discover the presence of the reality behind everything. Two, you yourself be the seeker of the reality. Three, if you want to have, know that for all evolutions, outer or inner, the four pillars are these: Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Ishwarya. है ना? Dharma is to clear our obligations to the world. Dhyana is to keep up inspired towards the ultimate goal. Vairagya is to kick the world away. And Aishwarya is to be able to do the sadhana required. Aishwarya means ईश्वरत्व. जैसे आपको सुबह क्लास में आने के लिए ईश्वरत्व है. That's a great achievement. Those who don't have that ईश्वरत्व, every day they struggle and they don't make it. And you and I have the ईश्वरत्व this class, but may not be for other things. जहाँ ईश्वरत्व है हम वहां कर पाते, जहाँ नहीं होता हमसे नहीं होता. Isn't it? And when we talk about ईश्वरत्व, it should be always considered for the higher and positive. Don't say, Swamiji, I have the ईश्वरत्व to watch TV, I have the ईश्वरत्व to sleep. No, they are negative. That's not ईश्वरत्व, that is slavery. Ishwaratva is calculated in terms of giving up the bondage with the upadhis and rising towards the higher. It's not the other way around. Now I have become the Ishwara Swamiji that 24 घंटे कम से कम 10 बार मैं खाना खाता हूँ. Nobody in the world can eat. I can eat 10 times. So I am better than others. Therefore I am an Ishwara. ईश्वरत्व भोगी बनने में कैलकुलेट नहीं होता. ईश्वरत्व इज ऑलवेज इन सेवका और योगी बनने में होता है. ठीक है? डोंट मिसअंडरस्टैंड अदर्स. ईश्वर स्वामी जी, आई एम ईश्वर दैट आई ट्रबल सो मेनी पीपल. आई एम अ डिक्टेटर. नो, देयर आर सम पीपल बिकमिंग ईश्वर डे बाय डे, है ना? एंड व्हाट द ईश्वरत्व दे आर बिकमिंग मोर एंड मोर डिक्टेटर्स. दे वांट टू ट्रबल ऑल, दे वांट टू कीप एवरीवन अंडर देयर कंट्रोल. अरे मूर्ख, पहले अपने आप को अपने कंट्रोल में रखो. तुम्हारी जो महत्वाकांक्षा है वही गलत है ना? One is trying to become Ishvara of his upadhis, with which you want to realize the oneness with the self. And root is loving, kind, with all values towards everybody. The other fellow is trying to become Ishvara by becoming slave inside to the upadhis and outside in trying to conquer others. And that way he is going more and more away from Paramatma, more and more away from being a human. He is becoming more and more devil. You know how the things happen in the world if you are not careful. You can see the Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad. Both start from 0 point. And both of them became Ishwaras. The Prahlad became Ishvara by controlling his faculties, by surrendering himself to the Paramatma, and he has evolved. That is his Ishwaratva. The Hiranyakashipu became Ishvara by doing his tapasya En route, he was slave to his own upadhis, and he got through tapasya all the shaktis, with which, becoming slave to the upadhis, he became Ishvara of the world, in which he troubled the world only. But finally, क्या हुआ देखो कि he has suffered, he died a pathetic death. What about the other fellow? He is being blessed for eternity. But just a thought is given here to explain a little more about that Ishwaratva word. Don't misunderstand it. है ना, दूसरों को जीतना ईश्वरत्व नहीं है, अपने आप को जीतना ईश्वरत्व है. दूसरों के जैसे पहले खुद को जी करे, खुद को जी करने के बाद दूसरे कोई है ही नहीं है जिसको जीतना है. नाउ धर्म ज्ञान वैराग्य ऐश्वर्य ही विभर्ति बभारा फिल्ड दैट समष्टि. ओके, एक थॉट इसमें कहकर आगे बढ़ता हूं मैं कि बी अटेंटिव. When I want to serve the whole world, when I want to evolve spiritually with these two noble words, when I pray to the Ishvara, O Lord, fill me with Babhara, fill me with Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Aishwarya, the Lord will say Tathast. If my goal is not spiritual evolution, if my goal is not to serve the Samashti, if my goal is to grow myself as an individual for my own selfishness, either I'll not be blessed with these Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Aishwarya Shaktis, or I will misuse them and I fall down. Therefore, कुछ मांगने से पहले किस लिए मांग रहे हो वो be clear about it. है ना? For anything, like if even I ask something the Lord, है ना? Like more people listen to this Upanishad. If my intention is non-positive, that I have to become famous, then I'll get kicked. If the intention is positive, that so that more and more people know the glory of Upanishads, more and more people know the glory of being human, more and more people know that the Tattva alone has to be the goal. For that purpose, if my intention is clear, there is a chance for the Lord to empower me or bless me. समझ में आ गया ना? सो धर्म ज्ञान वैराग्य ऐश्वर्य ही बभार जिन जायमानं च पश्येति पश्यत इत्यर्थः. He only conceived it. The samashti, the vyashti, the play. ठीक है friends, listen more, think more, then definitely by Paramatma's Kripa who has brought us here will give us clearer picture day by day. Our pixels will improve, the picture's quality becomes more and more better day by day, provided we are serious, sincere, regular to these studies. Go to the next mantra, Kimcha. Mantra number 3, I am chanting today. Om Ekaikam Jalam Bahudha Vikurvan Asmin Kshetre Samharatyesha Devaha Bhuyah Sruštva Patayastatesha Sarvadhipatyam Kurute Mahatma. Again, Ekaikam Jalam Bahudha Vikurvan Asmin Kshetre Samharatyesha Devaha Bhuyah Sruštva Patayastatesha Sarvadhipatyam Kurute Mahatma. अब देखो भाई थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन देते हैं आज. Whenever we study anything, go to any of the listenings of any satsangas, more particularly straight away directly when we study such sublime texts like Upanishads, Gita, याद रखो पहले word meaning, second is sentence meaning, third is the shloka meaning, totally fourth is the contextual meaning, fifth is the total subject what is said. Okay, sixth is very essential. If this is what is the subject that is taught, knowledge that is given in that subject, what is its relation to me? है ना, मेरा उससे संबंध. फिर उसके बाद having gained this knowledge, two things are very essential. One, change in my attitude to change in my pursuit. तभी जाकर इस उपनिषद पढ़ने का मतलब होता है ना, every gained knowledge should change my attitude to be positive more and more. When the attitudes change, then pursuit also, the way of life also should change. तो ये ज्ञान से मुझे मेरे अंदर भावना में भी क्या बदलाव लानी है, साधना में भी क्या बदलाव लानी है. व्यवहार इज नॉट देयर, अभी हमको सब साधना ही है, तो साधना में क्या बदलाव लाना. दैट्स द way of studying Upanishadic Shastras. Otherwise, with all struggle, we understood the Upanishadic Jnana. But if it is not changing our attitude and not changing our way of life, then with all knowledge, we continue to be a samsari only. फिर क्या फायदा फिर इतना मेहनत करके कि शास्त्र पढ़कर, है कि नहीं. सो कल हम इस श्लोक को एग्जॉस्टिवली देखते हैं. वेरी पावरफुल, वेरी डिटेल्ड, वेरी एग्जॉस्टिव, लाइक ऑल आवर अर्लियर श्लोकास आल्सो. भैया ऐसे उपनिषद जिंदगी में एक ही बार पढ़े जाते, इसलिए धीरे धीरे जितना हो सके उतना डिटेल में समझो. सो एकैकं जालं बहुधा विकुर्वन् अस्मिन् क्षेत्रे संहरत्येष देवः भूयः सृष्ट्वा पतयः तथा ईशः सर्वाधिपत्यं कुरुते महात्मा. In this, the whole story of the creation, the maintenance, the dissolution, the bondage, the evolution, the realization, all of them are discussed. सही दृष्टि भगवान हमको दे इन बातों को समझने के लिए. And then enjoy gaining the knowledge. Enjoy listening to the knowledge. Enjoy the blessedness and the opportunity to listen to this knowledge given by the Lord. And enjoy with all gratitudes all the conveniences that are provided for us in this pursuit. है ना, कितने देवता लोग, फैमिली मेंबर्स, सोसाइटी, सब हमारे अनुकूल है कि हम बैठकर क्लास कर सकते हैं. उन सबको कृतज्ञता. एंजॉय इट. एंजॉय लिसनिंग, एंजॉय गेनिंग, एंजॉय स्ट्रगलिंग टू गेन द नॉलेज. डोंट मिस द जॉय एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट. बी कॉन्शियस, बिकॉज जिसमें हमें आनंद आता है हम उसी को कर सकते हैं बार बार. जहां हमको दुख लगता है फिर हम धीरे धीरे उसको छोड़ देते. I am listening to knowledge, I am adding up to my knowledge, I am gaining knowledge, I am very happy. ऐसा एटीट्यूड बना के रखो. It's all subjective. Nobody tells us these things. Like if I don't maintain my joy in my doing these classes and feel it's a struggle, feel it's a pain, feel it's a misery, धीरे धीरे I'll give it up. And as we saw already, giving up the higher for the lower is the worst giving up. We should give up the lower for the higher, not the other way. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnasya Purnamadaaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namaha. Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. A beautiful shloka of Gita we are studying. Join.